Hello everyone. My name is Olga Kube, and I am still quite new on this YouTube live thing. So, my content is going to be focusing on motivation, coaching, and just sharing my journey as a first time mom, raising my daughter with my husband without a village. So, today I'm going to be discussing the challenges that we as women go through in the workplace. Speaking from experience, I really struggled when I started my career. I struggled to, I can say, climb the corporate ladder. And there's this one book that I read which changed my life and inspired me to make a change, to do things differently, because no one really teaches you those things. And this book is Nice Girls Still Don't Get the Corner Offers. I know it's 2026, and we would assume and think that more women are empowered and we know how to grow and to make an impact in the workplace. But believe it or not, I still see it today in the workplace that women are very apologetic. We are scared to put ourselves out there, and we feel very intimidated to put ourselves out there. So, I'm going to actually be discussing some points from the book that really stood out for me and inspired me to start making a difference. So, I'm just going to be going through some pointers. So, how do you get yourself out of, I can say, the rut and get yourself going as a female and get yourself growing in your profession? So, the first point here, it says, give yourself permission to move from nice girl to adult woman. Very often we very shy, apologetic, I'm just a girl. And that sadly does not work in the workplace. You need to stand up and show that, you're not just a girl, you know, you know, um, you're not just a pretty little thing. Not only allowed, but entitled to act the way that move you towards goal attainment. Try the mantra, I am entitled to have my needs met too. And then the second point says, visualize yourself as you want to be. If you can see it, you can be it. Picture yourself in the role to which you aspire. If it's in the corner office, see yourself at the desk. The third point is talk back to that fearful voice inside your head. This may sound crazy at first, but you must counter the old messages and replace them with new ones. If your fearful girl's voice says, but no one will like me if I change, let your woman's voice respond with, that's an old message. Let's create a new, more empowered one. And the other point is surround yourself with plexiglass shield. The plexiglass shield is designed to allow you to see what is going on around you, but not be punctured by the negativity of others. I suggest this to a client who later told me she thought it sounded a little crazy, but decided to try it, only to find that it worked. In difficult situations, she would picture herself encapsulated in a plexiglass bubble that protected her from the disparaging remarks of others and allowed her to remain in a grounded adult position. And the next bullet is create the world. Okay, create the word on the street. There's a word on the street about all of us, and we all know that. It's what people say about us when we leave a room. A routine exercise we do in leadership classes is to ask participants to write a 25-word statement of how they want to be described. Then list the behaviors needed to get them there. And then the other point is recognize resistance and put a name to it. When you find others resisting your effort, to be more direct and empowered. Consider first that their responses are designed to keep you in a less powerful state. Okay, the next point is ask for feedback. If you are worried that you are in the same way acting inappropriately, ask a trusted friend or colleague for feedback. Avoid asking a yes or no question, such as, "Did you think I was out of line?" Try asking an open ended question that will give you insight into how you are perceived. So the question is, tell me what you did in that meeting that helped me. Tell me what I did in that meeting that helped me or hindered me from achieving my goal. The next point is, don't aim for perfection. I often tell women I'm a recovering nice girl. The important thing is to do a really few very well, and allow the rest to fall into place. So I can just say, after reading this book, the reason why I got this book was I was really feeling stuck. I was stuck in my career. Started in a company from being an intern, and I was stuck in a position below my qualification. I was stuck in that position for almost 4 years, and I was getting into a depressed state because I knew that I was worthy of a better position, and I knew that I deserved better. So, with reading this book and realizing that there are other possibilities outside the department that I was in, I started inquiring in other departments. I started interacting with people in other departments. I started attending meetings which I was probably not going to attend if I didn't go out there and decided to attend those meetings. And I started attending these meetings with intention. There's those general meetings, like, we'd call them plant meetings, where I would attend the meetings, listen very attentively, start asking relevant questions. And that way you start getting noticed, and people start realizing that, oh, this girl is onto something. And that is how I found myself slowly but surely getting myself out of where I was, because I could see there was no potential growth. It was very scary. It was very intimidating. But from me taking that leap of faith, putting myself out there, and even when there would be, the general managers' meetings, we'd call it imbizos, where the whole plant would meet, I would listen, I would make notes, and I would make sure that I ask a question. And those questions that I would ask would be questions that would make me be noticed and noticeable. And also don't be scared to change from the field that you studied in. With me being in a particular department, I started studying for something different, and before even acquiring the qualification, I was able to go to the department that I was busy studying towards, and my growth was quite fast compared to being stuck for almost 5 years in a position that was below my qualification. And from there, I realized that, my voice is very important. Being noticed, adding value, raising your hand. Sometimes you sadly have to add more to your plate in order to be seen as a person who goes above and beyond. But that has really helped me see that, growth that does not just happen by chance. You have to prove yourself to be worthy of growth. So, to the women that feel stuck and you feel like you're not growing your career and you feel like you're not noticed, it's very important that you force yourself out of feeling very little. You force yourself out of that, you know, oh, I'm just a girl, and my qualifications speak for me. Sadly, your qualification gets you a job, it gets you in sometimes, but you have to be unapologetic. You have to be the one to fight your way up, and you have to break through that shy, apologetic girl era where you feel like, oh, I'm sweet, I'm kind. And sadly, you will have to be that tough girl that's not really within your character in order to show and demonstrate that you have strong leadership skills, because a leader is not just a girl. A leader is a strong, dominant woman who does not apologize for what they know and what they believe in, and they make decisions, and they make decisions boldly. So I just came out here to share, specifically to those that are either feeling stuck, or they're still starting out in their careers, or they just feel like they need to grow but they don't know where to start. This is the book that really changed my life and forced me out of the nice girl era. I am not where I want to be, but I'm also not where I used to be. So thank you for tuning in. If you have any other additional suggestion in terms of books that one can read, you can just drop them in the comment section. Let us grow together, and let us be those CEOs that we deserve to be as women who are beautiful yet smart and intelligent. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and please subscribe if you like this content, and share with those that you know might be interested. All right, have a lovely one. See you on the next video. Toodles.